Yes. May I now take the honor to introduce the Director Legal Services, Senior Counsel Enoch Barata. He's a very influential person in our party. Whenever we finish elections, there are those who say they have been robbed of their victory. Now we who did the election cannot again be presiding. We hand over to the league. And he has a team of 50 lawyers. Here, in the politics here. The only thing now is you give me a red copy. Oh, she's everywhere. He has changed to do. I'm Rose. NRM. SPLM. NRM. SPLM is benchmarking on many issues. The first meeting was at the Secretariat. That is to benchmark on how the organs of the party operate. Now, when one organ is the electoral commission, they say they want that commission so that they take them through how they organize a massive election where NRM has 5,800,000 leaders. It is the largest party in Africa with the leaders and structure. So when they come, or when they came, their main interest is how they can learn from how we handle that election. Since we have 5,800,000 leaders, the whole country is in election when we start. How do you manage? What is the structure of the commission up to the grassroots? How do you handle petitions? How do you handle fallouts which politics brings? So they are learning so many things because they are a nascent democracy. They are a young democracy. They want to experiment with revolutionary parties. They have tried Tanzania, they have tried South Africa, they have now come to NRM. Now the difference they've found with NRM is that we have a most robust election, which starts at the villages. 72,000 villages must have, every village must have 30 leaders of NRM. And those 30 leaders must be in control of their village with relation with the government. They must know what government has given the village, they must know how it has been distributed, and they must give back to the Secretariat gaps which exist. So when they heard of this, they said they were so excited because the people, any government serves the people. The people are not in towns, the people are in villages. So they have come to learn from us how we conduct the elections, how we handle the petitions, how we handle the fallouts, and I think it's a good start. They also want us to be observers in their coming elections. You know, they postponed the elections because of very petty differences. They want to see how it helped them to build their party before that coming election.
When is the election?
They are not yet sure because they have not fixed a date. One group disagreed with the date then and it was postponed indefinitely. So they want to use this chance to say, how can we make a hybrid? A hybrid like NRM is doing. We have parliamentary system where we elect flag bearers for parliament. We have local government system where we elect flag bearers for local government structure, but we have our own party structure. So they want us to see how we manage that hybrid. Okay, Doctor. The starting point, we give them our challenges. We give them the challenges not to scare them, but to know that the democracy you think us enjoying has challenges. But how do we mitigate through those challenges so that we have sustainable peace? That's how I approached it. That let us start from the challenges NRM has in its electoral system. One of it is electing late. You're electing many leaders, but you're electing them late. And therefore at times you don't have time to solve conflict. But then we have a better system in the sense that we have a central executive committee with a chairman who will then manage for us those conflicts at a higher level. Then we have a team of lawyers under the Directorate of Legal who will manage for us the legal aspects of all our electoral process. So I took them from that angle to know that when you come to this country and you see it very peaceful, don't think it did not have challenges. So even when you have challenges, they are not insurmountable. There are things you can go about. I don't want them to get scared about their challenges so that they don't manage elections. I want them to know we also had challenges. We have them up to now, but we manage them and we have elections. And what have I told them in the brief? I told them every political system must answer its historical question. Every government in Africa has a political historicity or trajectory which it wants to manage either through elections or through a different political system. So they should not just go and copy a system. They should first of all study the problem they are coming from and see whether this system they want to copy or benchmark can help them solve some of those problems.
Lastly, there's no guarantee of security?
I think the first thing that SPLM has to work on, the government has to work on, is security of persons and security of institutions. What we enjoy here is that we have security of persons and security of institutions. You must have an election in an environment which is secure. You must have an election in an environment where there's cordiality and brotherhood. They must establish that rapport first. They must know themselves as members of NRM. They don't have, members of Sudan. They don't have any other country other than South Sudan. So whatever they want to do, they must first guard that country. That's what NRM did. That even if we differ as politicians in Uganda, you have Uganda first. You don't have another country. And that's what SPLM must endeavor to do.
John William Ernest is the Secretary for Research and Training, but also the new leader of the technical team here, the technical team protest, and also the Secretary of the technical team. We were told one of us left yesterday because he had other pressing issues to attend. You know, the SPLM and NRM came out as revolutionary political parties. And so SPLM is political party and movement like the NRM. And we have a lot of commonalities in terms of people, in terms of politics and ideology, and in terms of giants of leadership. Comrade Salva Kiir Mayardit and also His Excellency Comrade Yoweri Museveni, the Buddha, are fighting people. So they join hands with other revolutionary political parties in other parts of Africa, like ANC, CCM, and also the Party of Ethiopia. So we are one, we have commonality. As we came today, we are open to learn. And I am picking up because your diagnosis, very diagnostic, is that the election battles are fought in the village battlefield. So capturing the village is paramount in the principle, which is very good here. The few things you will understand, the differences are like the parish and the village, and what is the population made up of it. So that we see how you demarcate the differences between these entities. So I just want to conclude that we are very thankful for everything you people are doing to us, and we are open to learning and exchange of visits. When we are going to conduct our elections and anything, we will also invite you. So almost less than a week ago, or about a week ago, the Secretary General was in our country, and we warmly welcome him. So we'll continue to have those exchange visits. So this is not the last time. Maybe in less than a month we will still be here again. I want to stop here, but for the warm welcoming afforded to us by this team. Thank you so much. Is that when we say SPLM-OA, there is an origin why it happened. Of course, as I said, we came to power, so in those days, this side you will have the gun. So it's this side will be free. So psychologically, we are still holding the gun.
May I now take the honor to introduce the Director of Legal Services, Senior Counsel Enoch Barata, a very influential person in our party. Whenever we finish election, there are those who say they have been robbed of their victory. Now we who did election cannot again be presiding. We hand over to the league. And he has a team of 50 lawyers.
Because John would like to ask a question.
Okay.
Thank you. I just thought of it probably not in his remarks. One is we are entitled to know your by-election. So legally, how do you treat when family members come and also other members of the community also come, but if they are vying for the same seat, how do you get them back? This is one. Another one is on the issue of the primary elections. And I understood from Professor Doi that there are two primary elections. One is intra-party and the other one is party to party. Thank you.
That I also address. So I want the